To be good at extreme sports, you need the precision of a fighter pilot and the grace of a dancer.
Mama should know. She's been out on the edge for 20 years.
You do have to be an adrenaline junkie. But really, there's nothing wrong with being an adrenaline junkie. What's wrong with that? This is more than just a sport, it's an art.
Good morning and welcome to Interact Atlanta. Grab your bike and helmet because we're going to do a Superman and a can-can in a half pipe. Confused? Well, so were we until we met Katy Smillie. Known as Mama to bikers, boarders, and skaters, Katy is a self-described adrenaline junkie who believes a beautifully executed stunt is a work of art.
I can't really explain why people do the extreme sports. I do know it takes everything that you do in life and changes your outlook on it. It becomes a part of you. As long as skateboards and bicycles and inline skates have been around, there have always been people who have pushed them to the extreme. They may phase out and lose popularity for a few years at a time, but they do always seem to come back. I am Katy Smillie, also known as Mama, of Mama's Board and Bike here in Duluth, Georgia. I acquired that nickname Mama out at the racetrack. I have a lot of small kids that need assistance with their bicycles during the races, and a lot of them didn't know my name, and my kids call me Mama, so it kind of just grew from there. Now all the kids at the track, or even my customers that come in here, even the ones that are much older than I am, call me Mama. I grew up in Redwood City, California, and my husband went to Georgia Tech. And I came to Georgia to visit and decided this is where I wanted to stay.
She'd rebuild motorcycles and sell them. And as she got better and better at that, she decided to open up a shop. We really just started this as just a small operation just to, help pay for our racing. We, never really imagined it would go this far.
At Board and Bike, we not only sell the actual skateboards and bicycles, we really push the safety gear. We have helmets, knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, protective gear that really needs to be used to prevent injury. A lot of the tricks that are performed in extreme sports have to be practiced many, many times before they're done right. Jumping a bicycle 10, 20 feet. On skateboards, there's gaps that are jumped. There are pegs on the bicycles that actually are used to grind onto other surfaces, ramps and poles. There's bowls which, are used kind of like the old pools where you drain pools and skateboarded and rode your bikes in those. I have two children. I have a 9-year-old daughter, Veronica, and an 8-year-old son, Devon. Both my children are involved in extreme sports.
That was cool. That was cool. Whenever Tyler blows, she always fixes it for me, and she's my bestest mom that I've ever had. And she always does stuff for me. Like when I get good grades, she always gets me something cool. And I just love her.
Devon is the definition of extreme.
Yeah!
Most of the moves that Devon does are very advanced for his age, but I think a lot of that has to do with the time that he has had on the bike and the focus that he's had.
Sometimes when I'm kind of nervous and she always cheers, I kind of get a little bit happier and I do it. And never get nervous again.
Whenever Devon goes and does any sort of sport, he is protected to the fullest. Anything that's made, we put on him.
Without a doubt, she loves doing this. She loves working with the kids. She loves working, around the sports.
I think one of the reasons Devon has excelled like he has at the extreme sports is because we try not to put limitations on him. Quite often when we lift these limitations off our children, not only in extreme sports but in everyday life, we're amazed at what they can do. This is more than just a sport, it's an art. It's art because you need to be creative. You make tricks up, you link them together. Nobody ever does it the same. To be good at extreme sports, you need the precision of a fighter pilot and the grace of a dancer. Now tell me that's not art. I think any sport that gets the title extreme is probably, it gets that title because it's on the edge. There's risk involved. You do have to be an adrenaline junkie in a way. I mean, you have to. But really, there's nothing wrong with being an adrenaline junkie. What's wrong with that?
It's just kind of fun for me. And it's my type of sport.
When I watch a video or even watch my son or other kids in the park who do something that they haven't done before, and they put it all together, it makes me very emotional. In some cases, it actually brings a tear to my eye. It's almost like painting a picture. You can make whatever you want out of it.
Mama hopes to open a chain of board and bike shops across the nation. Now, if you'd like more information about Katy Smillie or want to get started in extreme sports, visit her online at boardandbike.com. Up next,